When you think of the Nintendo 64, you can often think of the slew of PlayStation 1 games which were ported to the system. What may surprise you, however, is that the N64 also had ports from other systems, and in this case Tetrisphere is from a system that you probably didn't expect. You see, this game was originally intended for release on Atari's Jaguar, and it was known as Sphere. However, with the swift end to that console, the developers H2O instead decided to make Tetrisphere a launch title for Nintendo's new 64-bit console. After some delays to make some final tweaks to the gameplay, it did eventually launch in the summer of 1997. Published by Nintendo, Tetrisphere is a 3D spherical puzzler which, whilst feels instantly familiar, it also feels like something completely unique at the same time. The premise of the game is simple. You drop pieces of various shapes and sizes in order to interconnect them to other pieces on the board to create combos which are then removed. This is the exact same formula which made Tetris a smash hit for its time, but to give the game a modern twist, this time the 2D playing field has been replaced by a challenging 3D ball with multiple layers to crack. To assist you in gameplay, you can also drag around pieces to help chain combos together, and there are also a couple of different power-ups to aid you. Take for instance the rocket, which when fired will blast away a huge section which may have been causing you problems. Or the ray gun type power-up, which sucks away pieces from the ball as you turn it around to peel it down like an onion. Sometimes though, these power-ups are not enough, as the game can get incredibly challenging. With over 300 levels to play through, it's fair to say that the game does have a perfect difficulty curve. You can also enter the training mode to learn the basics of the game, and trust me, if this is your first time playing, then I highly recommend that you do this. Because in order to get anywhere in the game quickly, you need to learn how to use combos, which when chained together can clear vast areas of the core. Inside the core are robots, which you're attempting to break out. It's as simple as that, and I've said it before with puzzle games that you rarely need a story, and when the gameplay is this perfect, there's little need for much more. There are various game modes to keep you busy, and it has support for up to 2 players. Giving you the choice of what bricks to play with and how many layers your sphere has, it means there are endless hours of new and refreshing challenges to be had here. The fun thing about the multiplayer mode is that, like the original Tetris, this game is easy to pick up for novices, so you can have epic battles against each other, and like the original Tetris, there's nothing more satisfying than slamming a combo and seeing them land on your opponent's screen. The sound department is perhaps one of the game's strongest aspects, which really is saying a lot when the gameplay is near perfect. The music is crystal clear, and the techno-style beats keep you jacked up to play. There's also a good selection, so you won't be listening to the same song for hours on repeat as you grind your way through the game. Very much like the new Tetris, also on N64, this game is known for containing another of the late, great David Priddy's rants contained in the game's code. I've put a link in the description down below, and whilst this isn't quite as explosive as the new Tetris was, it's still an interesting insight into the frustrated minds of those at the studio. Puzzle games rarely get the credit or the sales that they sometimes deserve. Thankfully, Tetrisphere sold very well, not simply because it came out when there were a limited amount of games on the console, but because it's genuinely a very well made and enjoyable game. But as always, it is over to you. What did you make of Tetrisphere? Did you pick this up for its low retail price in comparison to some of the eye-wateringly high-priced N64 games for the time? Or could you not resist picking this up because it is such an intriguing puzzler? Sound off in the comments section down below, and until next time.